that I have. It says Divine Warrior right here with the propagation of light. So I'll take what resonates. The way this works is I do the bottom two are the theme of the reading, the earthly plane of the reading. The next step is the spiritual plane of the reading, and the top step is the higher or divine outcome. Okay, so y'all take that as it resonates. Let's find out what's going on. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming down, guarding and protecting us as we channel these messages. Thank you, the Ascended Masters, for the helpful healing messages that you give. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for everything you've done for me, my collective, and thank you, collective, for showing up, participating in these readings, okay? All right, tell me what collective needs to know. It says, let me read what it says about the spread real quick. It says the Stairway Heaven spread. Let me get this cleaned up. It says this spread utilizes only the angel side of the cards, okay, not the demon side. It says creates a pathway to divine inspiration. The reader can use this spread to help discover what their aim or goal should be to move themselves forward in a relationship, career, or any aspect of their life. Okay. These first two cards in the spread will represent or reveal what the theme of the reading will be. The general idea of the overlies the entire spread. Okay. The second step is the stairway that represents the earthly plane of existence. It shows the influences that are surrounding the reader. The third step shows the spiritual forces at work around the reader in regard to the second step. The top step is the final two cards will explain the higher aim, the goal, the desired outcome for the reader in this situation. To gain more complete understanding of what these cards mean, the entire spread should be taken into consideration as a determination made based on the content of the other cards. Okay. These first two cards are going to represent the theme of the reading. Only the angel side, so it doesn't matter which way they flip over. So it's only the angel side that's going to represent it. The second two cards represents the earthly plane of the reading. The third three cards that represent the spiritual plane of the reading. And the last two cards represent the highest aim or outcome. It's only the angel side. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the angel side is the propagation of light. So it's shining your light, being a beacon, spreading your light, okay? Having the freedom to spread your light, okay? That's the propagation of light. That's what it's about, okay? Now, the theme of the reading is these two. It is self-atonement, having a realization of self and your gifts and so on and so forth, being at peace with yourself, not living in regret or doubt or anything like that, okay? This is the overall theme of the reading, okay? This one is loyalty. Loyalty to self. We got Misrael and Ieziel. Something about not being afraid to sing your to toot your horn, to realize your gifts, your talents, your strengths. Okay, self-atonement. Don't be afraid to step into your power. That's what the overall theme of the reading is you stepping into your power and that you have backing of the angels, self-atonement, that you're more than capable. Okay, this is the earthly realm. This is the earthly plane, which will reveal the stairway that represents the earthly plane and the existence that shows the influences that are surrounding you. Okay, so somebody, okay, this right here is showing that you're standing in your power, you're having confidence, you're not doubting anymore, you have confidence and you're loyal to the mission, you're on the right path. Okay, these are representing how you feel about it. It says contemplation. You're contemplating your next steps. This is what the energy is that's surrounding this. And it says intellectual lucidity. 55. Maybe looking at something from a different perspective. Contemplating something from a higher, more relaxed position. Because they're both sitting down. You see how they're sitting down, these angels? You're contemplating something from a different position. This is a 10 and a 10. No, that's an 11 and a 10. That's 47 and 55. We went from a 6 and a 4, which is a 10, to an 11 and a 10. Okay? Learning, getting more information. This is about getting more information and remaining calm about it. Not letting this information switch up the energy, but remaining in balance of this information. Okay? More information is coming to you because it's contemplation and intellectual lucidity. Okay? Getting more information. That's what's surrounding the theme, which is self-atonement and loyalty to self. Okay? And to the mission. Okay? Gaining more information. The spiritual, this step shows the forces at work around this. Okay? It says spiritual communication and liberation. Freedom. 8 and 11. Receiving some type of freedom, y'all. This is what it's surrounding the theme. The theme is independence, standing in your power, recognizing your gifts, recognizing your talents, recognizing what you have to offer. Okay? Then it goes into contemplating what to do with those gifts and how to use those gifts for the highest good. Okay? And then it goes into, look, someone definitely receives spiritual communication. This is an acceptance of being an earth angel, an acceptance of the mission. That's what I got. Okay. The top one is the highest aim or the highest outcome that surrounds the theme, which is self-atonement and loyalty. Okay. So this is the highest outcome. It says revelation and submission to higher order. An 8 and a 33. So somebody's about to receive a higher mission. You've completed a mission and you're about to receive a higher mission, collective. You may have to take a gamble or take a chance or just take a leap of faith on your faith. Do you understand? Because that looks like gambling. But it also looks like the Wheel of Fortune with revelations. You're about to take this to a higher order of, you may be teaching something. Teaching something spiritual communication. Liberation. It's going to bring freedom, a sharing your knowledge. You're contemplating taking some type of steps towards this higher learning. Or being a higher learned teacher. Or being a teacher of the higher knowledge. Submission to the path. Through finding out something. through spiritual communication. Some type of connection is going to free you because you've made some type of acceptance of self, of your gifts, of your strengths, of your power. That your power lies in the higher order. That's where your power lies. You've had a revelation that your submission to the higher order is your power. Your willingness to be submissive to God. It brings in this knowledge, a higher knowledge, to the masses. Well, that's fabulous. That's what it says, collective. You're on a higher spiritual path than most to help wake up the masses, or they're already awake, but to show them a way that you don't even know. You just trust in divine to show you the way that you can show the masses. You got to have trust and faith in that. It's like you've been on this path, collective, in this earthly plane, and you're at a pause because something has shifted or changed. The times have changed. And you contemplated, so it's like you're taking steps to get a higher learning or a higher education of what you already know. Because the truth sets you free, liberation. And this is like receiving spiritual communication and contemplating on how to get that out to the masses. And you're waiting on divine to show you the way to be the leader. You may be actually showing your submissiveness, your surrender to divine is showing the masses to surrender to the unknown, that you don't know everything. You don't know it all. You're willing to learn. You're willing to learn what you can, and you're willing to pass it on. When you receive it, you're willing to use that and pass it on. And your openness to be willing to do that, it's leading to a higher knowledge, a more spiritual based knowledge, or you know something in the spirit without doubting it. Through self-atonement, through experiences, learning through experiences. Like what you can't teach something that you've never experienced, or you don't know nothing about. Okay, so you've went through your own questioning of self and that and that and that, and you found a loyalty within your own self that you know without a doubt that you receive these messages and that you should act on them, because it was some point in your time in this earthly realm you hesitated to act on these that you were a communicator, that you were a messenger. You understand? And now you've accepted it. It's drawing in change for a higher understanding for the masses, to free the masses. That's what it says. I can read it out loud to you. It says loyalty, wait, I put this in the wrong place. It says spiritual atonement, loyalty, contemplation, intellectual lucidity, spiritual communication, liberation. That's like breaking free of ego, that you don't know everything, that you're willing to learn more, okay? And then liberation to revelations, to learning more, and then the submission to higher order, that you're dedicated and devoted to this path. That's the highest outcome. This is the goal. This is the aim. This is the aim. Where's Revelations in the Bible? The end, right? So there can be a new beginning. That's what Revelations is. The ending of what was, so it can usher in what is and what will be. Because at the end of Revelations, we win. God comes down here and lives on the earth with us. The highest goal is the submission of the higher order. To understand that we don't have to understand. We just have to obey and keep going. Don't give up. That's the submission to what God has. Like, we don't have to understand it. Okay? But it's for the highest good. In the end, it's for the highest good. Your self-confidence and the gifts that God gave to you, and using it to free the masses is of the highest good. If that resonates with y'all, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. That is the Stairway to Heaven spread. I dug it, I dig it, and I dig it. Okay, so then we got another spread that is pretty much like that. Okay, but it says in this spread, the deck, hold on. The deck shares the astrological associations of the minor arcana. Okay. The angels can be considered the upright form of the card, while the demons can be considered to represent the bottom, the reverse position of the card. Two common spreads. The 3-card spread and 3-card spread that turns into the tree spread. We do the Celtic cross. Okay. So they're saying the Celtic cross, the one that I do 90% of the time, is probably the most accurate one. Okay, so we get a card that represents collective. Then we get a card that is blocking collective. What's blocking collective's way? Okay. Then we get a card that what happened in the past. Then we get a card that what could possibly happen in the future. What ground we stand on, and what's above us, and what we should be looking towards. Okay, and then an outcome. But these cards on the top represent the future. These cards on the bottom represent the past. And these cards on the side represent the possibility of what could be. So give me a card that represents collective, and collective's energy in the realm of it. It says atheism. So somebody's standing on the line. What? The opposite of that is revelations. What is that? Self-doubt? Are you saying self-doubt? Give me a card that's blocking that. Well, I wouldn't even know. The combination of this is self-atonement and disability or immorality. So the credit goes to God, and you're expecting a reward. Let's find out what's on the future of that. It says loyalty. Let's find out what's on the past of that. It says ambition. Someone's ambition was overriding their understanding of something. Their ambition to become successful or be has caused them to be disabled. I mean, like, not see the truth, but think it's the truth. I want to know what the atheism is. Tell me what's underneath the atheism as far as the past goes. Someone's questioning their, it says infamy. Someone's questioning their beliefs. They're double-headed. Or is this balance of dark and light? Divine warrior. Because that's a 17, this is a 71. I wanted to clarify the atheism. It says infamy. Someone not being seen. This is self-atonement and this disability. Ego is a disability. Ego is your disability. It's not you doing these things. It's God. Your will is to obey God. But you're so driven to succeed that you forgot your loyalty to God. That's what I see. It says indiscretion, untruth on the bottom. Tell me what's above in the future. It says black magic and spiritual wisdom. Why would it be showing atheism as showing? Is that lack of faith? Collective losing their faith? Because it shows in the past you were faithful. But your ambition, your ego got in the way. And caused you to be double-minded. Clarify black magic. It says relationship strife. A desire to know. So this sounds like Solomon to me. Solomon lost his wisdom because of his desire to know. So possibly you may be going too far into how do we break this block? How does collective break this block? It says breaking the circle and creation of all things. I guess giving credit where credit's due. Give God the credit. Look, that's what it says. Breaking the circle and the creation of all things. So that's how you break the circle. Breaking the circle. You break the circle by breaking the circle. Understanding the connection of all things. Being blind to everything you ever learned and forgetting it. Letting it go. Rectification, it says. Alright, what's the outcome here? Let's shuffle them up real quick. Self-made person. Fortune and fame, it says. What's the outcome here? By releasing your grip on that you've done anything. You haven't done anything, collective. God's done it all. You're just a messenger. And by releasing the grip on the ambition of you getting credit for, by letting go of that is going to bring you in the credit for. Even, I'm telling you, give the credit to God. When you do that, God's going to bring in the reward. It says, the fall of empires and prosperity. All right, tell me what that's landing on. It says the fall of empire. What's the fall of the empire? Something's got to die to be reborn. It says affinity and friendships. This is talking about a spiritual ego death. A spiritual narcissist. Ego death. Finding love in your faults, loving the faults and the good, the bad and the good, destruction of an environment and forgetting. That's what it says. Those are the outcome. Fall of an empire, affinity and friendship, destruction of an environment and forgetting. That's the outcome. If you stay in ego and not give and not break that cycle and give the credit to God. Somebody's in ego in the collective. Like that you are you make the difference and not God. It's gonna block you from your rewards. Impossible plans. It says divine blessings. Okay, you don't determine the blessings, collective. That's what I'm gathering from this. You don't determine the blessings. It's up to God. So you think that you deserve something right now. God says when he says, you get what I mean? God says when he says, give me 3 cards. Tell me what you want to tell me out of these 3 cards. We got desire for knowledge. We got catastrophe and haste. And we got unnatural passion. Somebody's obsessed. Somebody's obsessed with receiving an outcome. Inner and outer work. You've gotten so obsessed with seeking this knowledge that you forgot. Look, it says divine power, criticism, cowardly actions, false promises, and jealousy. That's what it says. Okay, so what's going to turn this upside down? What's going to turn this up? Someone has gotten to the point of obsessed with receiving these rewards. It says new beginnings. The other side of that says anger. It says protection of criminals. Someone's obsessed with that to the point that it's causing them to stray off the path of righteousness and humble and that. That they're in ego. They're in doubt of God. Atheism. They're working on them stairs, y'all. If y'all hear all that crap. Because it rained yesterday. It says that self-made person, indiscretion and untruths, criminal enterprise. Is this for collective or for the karmic? I mean, I asked for collective. It gave the energy of atheism, doubt in God. Folly. That's only going to bring folly. It's doubting God. What does collective need to know about this? Landed like that. So it says theft and destruction. It says intellectual richness. Intellectual richness. You know a lot, but you don't know everything. There's more that you can learn. It says divine blessings. Creation of all things. There's more that you can learn. Somebody's about to go. You may go be a teacher and teach more and learn more. Desire to know. Intellectual riches. Creation of all things. Desire to know. Purification. Success. It says disregarding rules. Fruitation. Rectification. Divine blessings. Everything here shows that you've come to a point of doubt or what have you, that it's time to delve deeper and to get more information. Because you've come to a time of doubt, you had a moment of self, more about ego. There's an ego death happening here, and it's getting some type of more information. Either you're teaching the information or you're receiving it, because all of this is like a higher learning of spiritual learning. Like getting more information before proceeding. Alright. So with saying that, it says mission. Okay, you're on the right mission. Fertility and fruitfulness. Tell me. Purification. This is a death. A spiritual ego death. You need to let go of that it's you doing this. That you deserve something. It says that'll bring you success. I understand what it's saying. I understand what Spirit's saying here. It's not you. You're not doing anything. It's all God. You think that I mean... Why do you feel like that you deserve rewards? It's not that okay, you're worthy of rewards. And you can say, I am worthy of rewards. Okay? But you can't just quit and stop and quit the mission because you haven't received your rewards. Like, I'm not doing this no more. I haven't gotten anything out of this. You can't do that. That's not how it works. Okay? That's pretty much what it's saying. Like, that's what's happened. Like, okay, I'm gung-ho and I'm on this mission from God. And it's gotten to be too much. And I haven't gotten anything out of it. I've only sacrificed. So I quit. That's pretty... God's saying don't do that. Don't quit, okay? Lose this, the spiritual narcolepsy, the spiritual sleeping of that it's not you. That God makes promises. God promises that He will make sure you have everything you need, okay? And then whatever's been taken from you, we talked about it. I read it out of the Bible yesterday and the day before. That whatever's been taken from you will be replaced to you for tenfold. That you shouldn't be worrying about those things. It shouldn't even be a thought. But then if you let yourself worry about it, you could damage your own morality, even as an earth angel. You could damage your own morality through thinking that it's you. You're not doing shit. Surrender. Surrender. Do you think that you deserve a gift because you, we'll say, survived, but you didn't? God protected you. Give Him His dues, and He'll give you yours. Wasn't you. It's never been you. You're just a messenger. Look. Narcolepsy, sleeping. It says father and leaving or traveling. It's like some kind of inheritance coming. Father abandoned you. Lessons and blessings. Time. Somebody's gonna come in like a just out of nowhere and say this is belongs to you. This is lessons and blessings biblical. Biblical. Angels on the bottom. We got the Father, leaving or traveling, lessons and blessings, biblical, and angels. You're being knighted. This says you're being knighted for your work. You're about to travel somewhere. Your birthright is coming through. You're going to travel somewhere. Pack your bags because something's moving forward, okay? They say it's time. It's time for something to be moving forward, okay? It says something to do with your work, your mission. Coming from a higher divine. You're waiting on divine's signal. You're on the right path. You need to lose the narcolepsy, the you don't know everything. It's not for you to know that. To lose the doubt that you are going to receive these rewards. Quit doubting that you're not. Lose the doubt that you're going to receive them. Don't even let that be a thought. So that way that when you do receive them, it's even more of a blessing. If you're not expecting them, let that shit go. It says accept the path. So it's not all about the riches and the fame of it. The highest good is about the actual message itself. It's priceless. Period. The actual message, the mission itself is priceless. You can't even put a price on that. You understand? Take that as it resonates. If this resonates with y'all collective, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate, it's Cash App, $ ANGELMOON6237. I got Super Chat and Super Thanks as well. But I won't be able to see none of that money on the Super Chat and the Super Thanks until there's $100 in there. That is a lot of letters. But apparently that's what was in the makings of today is a lot of fucking letters. Y'all think that resonates times 4. 4 times. Divided 5. Equals 20. CIA. Seen something clearly. Closed caption. Gets out. CIA gets out. Doubt gets out of doubt. Plus. So something's more positive than it is negative. 9 is preparation of an ending. Rich. He rich. Be rich. Back. Be rich back. Okay. Get rich. Back. Act. Rich. He act rich. Doubt it. Doubt what? Doubt. Who the fuck cares, man? KK, MG, Fun, P, FL. Fact. Facts. Doubt facts. Doubt facts. Rich get. Magic. Like magic. Something's like magic. Something breaks out fast. This is like something going viral. Like something going viral real fast. Like magic. A fight. Place, fight. Doubt. Fight breaks out. Somebody collapsed. We got cards. Out cards. What? About the cards? Fight. Bright. Couple fights. Cards. Guards couple. Guards ticket. Flight. Cop. Learn. God. Afraid of God. Afraid of demons. Of his demons. Pillar. Fight his demons. Cut. But. Habits. Plan. Habits. Large habits. It says habits. Plane ticket. Put plane ticket special. Special rights. Pelican. Flock. California. Prince. Bring. Bride. Figure out. Rights. Friends. Friendship. Thank our God. Special place. Says all of that. And then we got a house. Check. House. Check. Check. House. Flat. Born. Born. Tight. Red flags. Check red flags. Front of head. Front of head. Mark on front of head. If Christ. Fled. What do you mean Christ fled? Night. Take plane. We got Bonnie. Take flight. Dick. Gun. Hid gun. Hide gun for flame. Flames on a plane. Duck. A duck hit a plane. Something about a night like this. Right night. The right night. Teach. Teach them. Teach night. Night. Night punk. I don't know. Lucky. Luck. On luck. Miseries. Bride. It says angel. Angel bride. On luck. Be lucky. Be luckiest. Action. The action. Then action. Cluck. Chicken cluck. That's what they say. Blue. This is true blue. Miseries. Price. Played bet. Gamble. Take gamble. In action. She air. Heir. H-E-I-R. Off action. Action. Blue off. Blue. Red. Magic. Magical. My magic gift. Magic gifts. Magical gifts. It says truth. True. Hang on. Hangman. Men. Hitmen. Trust. Trust of God. It says human mind. Human mind. Gift. Phone. Email. All that's out here. Mail. Gifts. Trust. Something about a blue Ford, a red Ford. Gate. Magic gate. We got cop, CIA, FBI. They're always out here. What the fuck? Elon Musk. His whole fucking name is out here. What is the deal with him? Like, what the fuck does he got to constantly be out here? Gift. Tragic gift. Elon Musk tragic gift. Charm demons. Charming prince. Puts price on head. On Trump's head. Lord of mercy. It says charming prince, Elon. Is Elon a fucking prince? Don Trump and Elon Musk. Self-caught, self-changing self. I don't know. Kings. King of the, they're goblin kings. Interesting. Preacher, preach out. Demons. Out of self. Teach others. Teach others. Can do it self. Their self. Teach others they can do it theirself. Freak me out. The things I can control or can't control. Nope. Continue. False teaching. Well, false what? King. Oh, Trump is a false king. Okay. Don Trump is a false king. Then we got all these other letters. Beth. Elizabeth. Flaky. Flake. Trick. Pike. Parks. Lisa. Leaks. Snakes. Dump on. Treats. Trick and treat. Half of are you saying Democrats? I swear it looks like it says Democrats. Half Democrats males. House. Democrats. It says half. False kings. Unbalanced. No. There's only one A. Democrats. Does it say public? It may say republic. It does. It says Democrats and Republic. Demo rats. Demo rats. Same. Yeah, they're the same. We know that. Do the same to the public. The fuck? Yeah, we know that. Okay. TTT. Lie. Lie. Samuel fight back. Able to fight back. Able to fight back. Take charge of oh, well, one eye. One eye. Politicians, politics. But find it same. Madness. We got chart, we got chase, we got names, list, up, open up, heart, lift, public, lift humans, drop, stop, collapse of same, literature, some literature, same literature, most literature. What? Dumb? It says dumb out here. Bring back Pacific. Satire, it says. Face satire. It says stole most, something half, built a house. Treat. Facts. Fracture. Fail. False. Boast. ego. City, built cities, no. Actions of most, literal, face facts, but hope for more. And it says guilt. I'm putting it up. There you go, man. It says the morgue. It says the morgue. Buck. Buff. Bluff. Bluff. Score. Score. Take score. Somebody taking score. Help. Help more. Persons. Person. Personal. Person. Personal. Or does it say not personal? It says personal. It says but personal. Cut personal, gut personal, because that's the only other letter that's not in the word personal. Numb personal. Personal numb. Person's name is Al. But person Al. Person now. It doesn't say Latee. Personality. But person. We got Keith. Kid. Find kid. Mickey. Mike. Mark. Bert. Kurt. Carl. Earl. It personal, but it personal. DM. Touch back off. Reach out. Fires. Find. Find me. Chuck. Somebody took chunk, take chunk out, but put it on debit. Put it on debit. Personal debit. We got music. Persona. Music persona. Musical persona. Children. Teach children the something of life. File. The music of life. Kitty. Frank. Kitchen. Fetch a says Boatner. Wow, is it Pat Boatner? Alter MK Ultra. How do they know about MK Ultra? Couple. A couple. Check. Says receive check or something. It's Mason. Mason life. There's a truck. Double truck. Whatever that means. Double truck. Double life. Double life trick. Fresh and able facts. Y'all look at it for a second. I'll be right back. The outlet, something about a fire, cause fire. The outlet caused fire. Y'all look at it, it says final something. Final something. I don't know how, but it says IRS find out we not a couple. I went to the restroom. I was seeing all the letters in my head. It says IRS find or found out we not a couple. Plainly says that. Here's Doug and Douglas. Went to Rick. Found out we're not a couple. Says drug house. Like drug house. It says brick house. Brick house. Man. Panic. It says plague. Hide guns. Hide guns. Under shift. Up under back shed. We got Matt out here. Host, ghost, haunted, haunt. Haunt person. Haunt person. Guilt. I don't know. Somebody hid guns. Kids. It say hid kids, hid guns. Then we got cash out here. We got bucks out here. We got coins out here. We got around the house. His shift. Popular. Pop. Group. Group shift. Group shift. Dominance. Superhero. I'm done. Equipment. It says minor kids. Find minor kids. Drugged up. God, dog, man, I'm so tired of hearing this shit. Yeah. If y'all hadn't realized it, you know, all the kids are under fucking attack. There's so much is still here. It says mother said, put up, help, discern, Mother said. It says brother. No, it says mother, plainly. There's only one R. Mother. Open. It says something is an open case. Something's still an open case. Mother. Single mother. Put back. Special CDs. We got sing, we got stage, we got other, something finds, guides to other steps. We got double mission. Sign pages. Contract. Contracts. Signed contracts. Theft. Paid for. Death. Paid for death. Death contract. Mother. And there's earth out here. Well, that sure looks like somebody's mother paid for somebody to be offed. Does it not look like that? It says off too. Paid off. Debts. It says that too. Contract. Contracting. Contractor. Game of. It says smart idea. Red thread of psychic. And it says rate. It says grapes without the G. It says helped. The gifts helped bring criminal to shame. Going through shifts. Question the path. Get caught making magical ointments. It says something about an oath. It says do the math. It says do the math. Do the math. Hanging on to faith. Hanging on to faith. Each other. Changing times. All of that's out here. Everything I said is out here, y'all. Stage set for the angels. Stage set for the angels. It says straight through. Straight to gift to house to face up amber's out here, y'all. Straight to, straight into, straight unto, straight into leg. Muscles. Something straight into muscles. What the fuck? No muscles. Muscle tone. No muscle tone. At night, real demons at night. Haunt house, haunt me, guilt haunts me. Gone straight to legit. Not great. Something lightning strikes again. Lightning strikes again. Help me, please. Please help me. Concentrate on path. It says scales. It says chart. It says all right when I know. I'll be all right when I know is what it says. Y'all take what resonates. We got hotel, motel, Shane, Lance, glance out at scene, anger, anger, must clear, heal, tears, cries at night, some dangerous lives, special force. It says all of that. It says special forces. Got the Chief. Sledge. Fragile files. Dear ladies, host a special scares me straight. I'm putting that shit up. That shit says all of that. Scares me straight. Dear ladies, host a special scream held screen host. It says collaborate with one A. Collaborate though. Music special. This shit says Christmas. Plain simple says Christmas. We got OCT October, but it says Christmas. Like the whole freaking word. CHRISTMA. Missing an S. Christmas time. Angel. Noel. Called. Cold. Night. Cold night. Share. 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 Names. Kind. Share life. Says all of that. Alike. Says grief. Cult. Occult. Account. Promise. Promise. Not to go back. Promise not to go back. That's what it says. I'm putting them up, y'all. Y'all take what resonates. There's a hell of a lot out here, okay? Images of pictures. Mood. There's no V. Film. Radio. All of that's out here. Rotten rumors. Told him. Stop. Pride. Stop pride. Stop ego. Says all of that. Y'all are talking about Christmas. The letters keep on talking about something happening by Christmas. Okay? Now, if we're supposed to be being hit by this fucking shit turd, 3-Eye Atlas, today, what is Christmas? Like, what is that? That's not going to happen. I'm just saying, if that's the case, there's long hair. This one's trying to, it says found. Someone found a long hair, that's the DNA. It says Tara, Teresa, Torrance. And it says Jean. Someone found Jean, found Teresa, Terrence, Terry. Champion victory. I'd like to know ya. No one like you. Card reader, psychic. Someone found this card reader psychic. This Tara, Terry, Teresa, Torrance, and Teresa says dreams and March. Behind champion and victory, it says sister. Knights are usually sneaky. Be guarded when dealing with them. What is card reader? It says envy, happiness, haters. Patty, that's sister. Patty, Patricia, or Trisha. Roy G. Biv, chakra work. Government program, weapons. So somebody was being paid to MK Ultra you. It says sister, loving and caring, laughing. It says Michael. Rebuke and return. Police. Heavy burdens. So your sister was doppelganging you, or your sister was causing all of this? There's no one like you. Something going to happen on a special event. You're going to be celebrated. Someone wants to know you. It says bad karma, magical powers. Monday. Leap of faith. July. Divine numbers. Tammy or Tommy or Thomas. Found. The great earthquake. Drug addict. Water. Get out. Sacrifice. Don't break your hearts. Not prepared. You're being challenged. Trust God. Exposed. Short term. Long hair. Someone shaved their head. Someone changed their appearance. That's what it looks like. Alright, y'all. If this resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You want to donate to the channel, it's Cash App, $, ANGELMOON6237. Deep cuts. Jams has selected a Don Henley solo album, then poured myself a finger of scotch and sank into the recliner with the lyrics booklet. On the cover, Henley had long hair, lines in his face, and a cigarette. The first track was grating. Lots of the classic boomer hand-wringing for the world they were hell-bent on destroying. But the studio polish in his strained, weary voice felt just right. Finally, I found the one I wanted. Somebody's found the perfect match. The Heart of the Matter, which I remembered vaguely as a good song, though I was not nearly prepared for how good. I couldn't have understood it the last time I heard it. It was a grown-up breakup song with a central question ripped straight from the weekend. Why do we listen to those voices calling from just outside the door that just tell us to reject contentment in search of something more? Those are the lyrics. My mom thought she had the answer. She thought the voices were simply to be ignored. Close the door was Mom's advice. But old Don doesn't know how. He just throws the question on the table and lets it sit there, satisfied to have asked it so beautifully. He's tired. He's not sure. He knows the heart of the matter, though he knows what it's not. It's not pride. It's not competition, or it's not work. It's something to do with forgiveness. Rain was slapping the windows now, the smell of sautéing onions coming from the kitchen. Forgiveness, forgiveness, called the background singers from the fading outro. I refilled my scotch glass and sat back down at the computer table. Opened Internet Explorer. I hit reply on the Raj email, but I couldn't focus on the blank space where I was supposed to write. My eyes kept sliding down to what he written. It made me feel so horrible I could barely breathe. So I opened up the Joe email and found it made me feel horrible too. I deleted both emails, logged off. I couldn't imagine eating. I couldn't even finish my scotch. I stepped slowly up the stairs and crawled into my brother's trophy room. Into my brother's trophies room. Why did he crawl in there? That's page 163, by the way. And then it ended. And the next chapter goes to running up that hill. Listen to music, y'all. It's got an answer in it that you never saw coming. Okay? Some inner compass pointed me to the old CD rack, where I scanned the plastic columns for something non-classical. Blue, or kind of blue at least. I should have bought music at the Goodwill. I needed it more than I needed clothes. Finally, I found a block of old dad jams and selected Don Henley. And he had something to say. He had forgiveness. Forgiveness is the answer. And then you can run up that hill. Y'all take what resonates, okay? Y'all take what resonates in that. Running up the hill. Running. Someone's about to be on the top. Someone's about to be at the top of that hill. It's been a long, hard struggle, but you're about to make it to the top of that hill. You're about to make it to the top, y'all. We got Jeremiah 25:35. And the shepherds will have no way to flee, nor the leaders of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds, and a wailing of the leaders to the flock will be heard. For the Lord has plundered their pastures, and the peaceful dwellings are cut down. Because of the fierce anger of the Lord, he has left his lair like the lion. For their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor, and because of his fierce anger. And at that day the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented or gathered or buried, and they shall become refused on the ground. This is for who? This is for... Therefore you shall say to them, thus says the Lord. This is for these people who were just... They took up the cup of the Lord's hand, and then they drank it, and then they cursed it and hissed it. Okay? This is for the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, Philistine, Gaza, Uruk, and the remnants of Ashdod, Edom, Moab, and the people of Ammon, kings of Tyre, Sidon, and... Okay, this is for all these people who's worked against the message of the Lord. Therefore you shall say to them, thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink and be drunk and vomit. Fall and rise no more. Because of the sword which I will send among you, it shall be, if they refuse to take up the cup from your hand to drink, then you shall say to them, thus says the Lord of hosts, you shall certainly drink. For behold, I begin to bring calamity on the city, which is called by my name. And should you be utterly unpunished? You shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword on the inhabitants of the earth, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy against them all these words, and say to them, the Lord will roar from high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He will roar mightily against his fold. He will give us a shout as those who tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. That's all of them, everybody. It says, a noise will come to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has a controversy with the nations. He will plead his case with all flesh. He will give those who are wicked to the sword, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, disaster shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the furthest parts of the earth. And in that day the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, gathered, or buried. They shall become refused on the ground. So there's going to be a time. So if you haven't gotten to know the Lord today, or accepted Jesus Christ in your life and accepted him as your Lord and Savior, there's going to be a time that you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to have a chance. Okay? It's going to be too late. And the time is upon us right now. So I'm urging you now. Right now, while you've got the time, it could be tomorrow. It could be the end. By the end of this day, that big shit turd could hit this earth, and it'd be all done. Do you know Jesus? Do you know Jesus? Do you know God? Do you truly know him? Or do you just say it to fit in or what have you? Know Jesus, y'all. Know Jesus. Today. Because it's going to come upon us. I mean, even if we're ready, we're not going to be ready. The only thing that ensures your passage is your faith in Jesus Christ. Because he's the only one that can let you in. The only one. There's no other way into heaven. You can't sneak in. You can't break in. You got to go through Jesus. All right, this has been a fantastic reading, I got to say. It's really been a fantastic reading. Have faith in yourself. Have more faith in yourself. Have faith in God. Have faith in the angels, okay? Don't let what these illusions and that deceive you, because it's only just, it's not blocking you from your blessings, because your blessings are already there. God has them already made for you. Once you escape the illusion part of it, that you're doing anything, you don't have any control of this. I'm just telling you, okay? Give it to God. Let God do it. While you do what he told you to do. Enjoy the here and now. See the blessings of the here and now, and he will bring you more. Okay? It says, the reason some people have walked away from you for no reason has nothing to do with you. They have been removed from your life because the universe is taking you to the next level. They have already served their purpose in your life. Let them go. Wish them the best. Wish them the highest good. And keep moving forward. Greater is coming. Greater is on its way. There's your hope right there at the bottom of that box. Greater is on its way. Are you right? All right, y'all. Y'all take what resonates. Y'all absorb it. Y'all let it sink into your body. The letter discern. D-I-S-C-E-R-N. It said discern. The letters. They just said discern. I see the letters still laying there, even though they're not. I can see them. And it said discern. All right, so use your discernment, okay? That's what God gave it to you for. He wants you to use it, okay? Quit doubting, man. Quit doubting. And remember that it's not you to give the credit where the credit's due. Okay? You'll be a happier person for it. I'll tell you now. Light and love, everybody. Y'all resonate with this for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. If y'all like my storytelling, or the way I say it, if it resonates with you, leave something down in the comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Stay golden. You want to donate, it's Cash App $, Angelmoon 6237. Also got that super chat and super thanks thing. So, thank you, Creative, for sending me $10 on it. I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you on the flip side.